Welcome back to Screams of the Unknown. If you're a fan of spine-chilling horror, you're in the right place. Today, we're counting down the top 10 horror books you absolutely need to read. Whether you're new to the genre or a seasoned horror aficionado, these books will haunt your mind long after you turn the last page. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Now, let's dive in. Starting off our list at number 10 is Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House. Originally published in 1959, this book is a slow burn classic that captures the psychological horror of a group of people trapped in a house with a malevolent presence. It's not just about the scares, though. Jackson crafts a deep exploration of loneliness and the human psyche, making this story as thought provoking as it is terrifying. Why it's a must read. It is a masterpiece of atmospheric horror that inspired countless adaptations, including a popular Netflix series. Coming in at number 9 is The Shining by Stephen King. A true horror legend, this novel follows Jack Torrance, a writer who takes a job as the winter caretaker of the remote Overlook Hotel. As the isolation sets in, Jack slowly descends into madness. King's portrayal of psychological horror, alongside terrifying supernatural elements, makes this one a must-read for any horror fan. Why it's a must-read? It is a perfect mix of terror and psychological suspense. It remains one of King's most iconic works. Horror books have the unique ability to tap into our deepest fears, but they also give us a safe space to explore them. What makes these stories so terrifying isn't just the monsters or ghosts. They often reflect our own vulnerabilities and anxieties. Whether it's the terror of losing control, the fear of the unknown, or confronting the darkest parts of human nature, these books invite us into a world where our worst nightmares are given life. So, as we dive deeper into this list, think about which of these stories might resonate with your own fears and why they still captivate us today. At number 8, we have Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This modern Gothic horror novel takes place in the 1950s Mexico, where Noemi Taboada is sent to a decaying mansion to investigate her cousin's strange letters. What she uncovers is far darker than she could have imagined. The eerie atmosphere, combined with cultural horror, sets it apart from other Gothic novels. Why it's a must-read. It is a fresh twist on the Gothic genre. It blends suspense, family secrets, and terrifying supernatural forces. Number 7 is House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. This is not your average horror novel. It's a complex, multi-layered narrative that's about a family who moves into a house with a strange, shifting labyrinth inside. The story is told through multiple perspectives, including a scholar who becomes obsessed with the house. The unconventional format will keep you on your toes, making this a unique reading experience. Why it's a must-read. This is for fans of experimental horror and those looking for a truly disorienting story. At number 6, we have The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty. This iconic novel tells the terrifying tale of a young girl named Regan who becomes possessed by a demon and the battle that ensues between good and evil. Inspired by true events, The Exorcist takes religious horror to new levels, exploring themes of faith, fear, and the supernatural. Why it's a must-read. One of the scariest books of all time, this is a story that will leave you questioning everything. Number 5 is Bird Box by Josh Malerman. This post-apocalyptic thriller features a world where people are driven to madness and death if they see mysterious creatures that invade Earth. The story follows Mallory, who must navigate this terrifying new world blindfolded to protect herself and her children. The psychological tension in this novel is incredibly gripping. Why it's a must-read. It's a claustrophobic, high-stakes thriller that will keep you on the edge of your seat. At number 4 is another Stephen King classic, Pet Sematary. This novel explores grief and the consequences of trying to cheat death. When a family moves to a rural town and discovers an eerie cemetery that brings dead animals back to life, they are faced with horrifying consequences when they attempt to bring their own loved ones back. It's a powerful meditation on life, death, and the human desire to undo tragedy. Why it's a must read. It's one of King's darkest novels, exploring profound emotions through a terrifying lens. Number 3 is It by Stephen King, one of the best-selling horror novels of all time. Set in the town of Derry, Maine, this book follows a group of children who are terrorized by a shape-shifting entity that takes the form of their worst fears, most famously, Pennywise the Clown. It is a coming-of-age story mixed with the kind of terror that only King can deliver. Why it's a must-read. With its compelling characters and deep psychological horror, it is a must for any horror lover. At number 2, we have The Silence of the Lambs by Thomas Harris. This psychological horror thriller follows FBI agent Clarice Starling as she seeks the help of imprisoned cannibalistic serial killer, Dr. Hannibal Lecter, to catch another serial killer on the loose. It's a disturbing and chilling look at the minds of both the hunter and the hunted. Why it's a must-read. The intense cat-and-mouse game between Starling and Lecter is both horrifying and fascinating, making it a gripping read. And finally, at number 1, we have the Gothic horror classic Dracula by Bram Stoker. This novel introduced the world to the iconic vampire Count Dracula and explores themes of fear, seduction, and the unknown. Written in an epistolary format, it tells the story of Dracula's pursuit of his victims and the group of people trying to stop him. Dracula has influenced nearly every vampire story since, and its eerie atmosphere and dark themes make it the ultimate horror novel. Why it's a must-read, a timeless classic that remains the gold standard for vampire fiction and continues to inspire horror stories today. That's our countdown of the top 10 horror books to read. Which one is your favorite? Or did we miss a book you think should be on the list? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more spine-chilling content here on Screams of the Unknown. Until next time, keep your lights on and your fears closer.